Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing the true doctrine, called the four winds of earth, and our truth and sincerity. With the Mississippi camp, once again, coming on highways and byways, prophesying the downfall of America, man. So we'll just jump right into it. You know, brother, give me second Ezra 15:1. Because right now, man, prophecy is very important, man. It has always been important, but now it's definitely a point in time where prophecy needs to go out, man, because we're at the end of this devil's kingdom, man. And you know, Lord says, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna listen the scripture speak. Go ahead, bro.
This is second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of my prophecy.
And who is the Lord's people, man? Who the Lord has a particular people that he deals with, man. And it's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man, one right here on this chart, man. That's who the Lord's dealing with, man. That's the people that the Lord has, you know, punished for being disobedient. Okay, we're the people that the Lord have kept as a special people unto himself, man. You know? So the Lord set up prophets to speak to his people, man. Okay? That way what? Through the words of Yahushua coming forth out the prophets, man, that the elect will hear this word and start walking the ways of righteousness, man, and turn from wickedness. You got it.
This is Amos 3:1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities.
And that's self-explanatory, man. Because as a nation, because it's a cluster, man. You know, it ain't because of one Israelite, you know what I'm saying, he's going to be exempt because, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the nation going on. No, man. It's a package deal. Every Israelite, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord punished because we're his people, man. And we all have to go through the Deuteronomy 28th chapter, man. Because, you know, we didn't hearken to the word of the Lord, man. We started following other nations, following their customs, you know. And as brother had brought out, we're the only one that the Lord knows. So we're the ones who's going to receive these punishments, man. You know, and that's a clear cut showing and proving that the Lord doesn't deal with every nation, man. All the nations in the Bible, man, are unto a spittle except when it comes to the nation of Israel, man.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, and I'll start at 19. And it says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them, praise ye the Lord.
Right, that's why these heathens, man, they can go do particular things, man, eat all kind of abominable foods and be fine, man. You know, because they're not of the Lord's people, man. Okay, the Lord doesn't recognize them because they're not Israelites, man.
Not held to their standard.
Exactly, they're not held to that standard like the priest said, man. They don't have to deal with that code of conduct, man, or the repercussions thereof when you don't follow it. And that's because the Lord only deals with a particular nation, man. That nation is the nation of Israel, okay? When it comes to northern and southern kingdom, okay? That's who the Lord's dealing with. And we go on and trying to tell people that, man, but they always want to equate the so-called white man, the so-called white race. They don't think about the other races, man. They always trying to bring forth that major oppressor, the one who wants to do away with the nation of Israel, man.
So basically, you can really only warn Israel because these nations, they are subjugated to the wrath of Yahushua. Right. Only Israel has an elect, all right? Within the nation of Israel, they can be delivered. So the warning is to Israel. These other nations, they're just being informed of what's to come, you know?
This is back in second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
And the prophecy, it means what to say before, man. So, like the brother saying, we warning Israel, man. We're telling Israel through the spirit and power of Yahushua of things that are going to occur, man. Events that are going to happen. And the way you're going to be protected or saved from those events, man, is by hearkening to the word and repenting, man. But we know that, you know, a lot of our people are not going to do it because it's documented in the scriptures, man, regarding the 2/3 that's going to be cut off and die. But nevertheless, man, the word has to go out to get the blood off our hands, man. This is what the Lord ordered us to do.
Precept for you, brother. And this is on 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Yes, so just going into your topic, prophecy, end times. And based on the current events, we know that the second coming of Yahushua is near, and that's why the scripture states that, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away, and what world is it? It's Esau's world. Going into his dominion, his blessing, his rulership, shall be finished, coming to an end. Then will I show these tokens, meaning what? Signs, prophecies, spoken of in Matthew the 24th chapter. The book shall be opened before the firmament. What do you think about Psalms the 19th chapter? You know, via the satellites, we have what the YouTube, and you have prophets publishing videos on YouTube, and they shall see all together. And who is they shall see all together? The elect.
Verse 2. Cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, so, you know, all these scoffers, these non-believers, these atheists, however you want, you know what I'm saying, label them, man. If they don't believe in this gospel, if they don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the doctrine as it's written, then, you know, it is what it is, you know. Don't be swayed by that, and definitely don't be fearful of these people, man. Because they're pretty much being marked. They are being marked, you know. Because this is about, you know what I'm saying, waking up the elect at the end of the day, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The apostle said, if you can't get it, we moving on, man. So we're not finna twist your arm, we're not finna, you know what I'm saying, hold you down and force feed you this truth, man. Either you're gonna get it or you're not. You know, at the end of the day, either the Lord supping with you or he's not.
Hey, even if that unbelief comes from your household, from your father, your mother, your significant other, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your so-called best friend, or your roommate, it doesn't matter, man, because at the end of the day, it's the words of the Most High shall stand.
Yeah, quick, let's go back over what y'all saying. This is St. John 15 and 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, but now they have no cloak for their sin.
That's that warning, man. Okay, so if you working at your job and you get a write-up, okay, because of your lack of work, not being late for work, you know, and you only get 3 write-ups, and then you get that second write-up, I mean, that's another warning, man. So when that 3rd write-up comes and your ass terminated, there shouldn't be no surprise, because you've been warned, man. So we're warning the people, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the nation of Israel. So if you're not gonna listen, man, then there's no cloak for your sin, man. You heard this word. You shushed off with your hand, you ignored it. You know, you say you would come back. You know what I'm saying? You don't. You know, like the seed of the sower, man. Some get it, some not. Some act like they're gonna come back and they don't. So at the end of the day, man, look better for us when you don't come back. Simply put.
No excuses.
None.
It said no cloak. And going back to the precepts that the other brother brought out earlier, the books have been opened up confirming the firmament. You know? So that's the satellite. So here it is, you have all these lessons and these camps going out where the Bible is being thoroughly explained. Because now the Bible is being interpreted into layman's terms to where it can be understood by the average person. So now there's no excuse of you didn't know. You know? You can't use the excuse, well, I didn't go to theologian school. I can't go to that. No. The Lord put out his prophets to break these things down to the simplest form. So now you know exactly what's expected of you.
In every major city.
Yep.
In different tones.
Different times.
Yep.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That's what you do with the message. Because in the ancient world, you have to run with that message. When you was a messenger, a courier in the ancient world, well, they expected you, to be timely with that message. You have to get that message and run with it, man. So this is what we're doing is we have the message from our forefathers through the spirit of power, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. And now the things that they were seeing that they didn't understand, we fully understand these things. Because now all the technology exists that Habakkuk seen, that Joel seen, that Isaiah seen, that John the Revelator seen. That technology exists now, So the Lord raised up prophets at the perfect time, and the scripture says talk about the accepted time, to explain these things to be a warning. And that's a cut on what Nate was saying, Nero had the form of the mark of the beast with his coin. Well, if Nero had the mark of the beast, and John didn't get the vision until damn near 30 years after Nero, well, that message was late. Yeah. That message was late. So 30 years, Jake just no warning. Jake just exchanging with the mark of the beast. Nah, man, the Lord got perfect timing, man.
Don't prophecy mean to tell before?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what, as you said, that's right. It wouldn't be prophecy.
That's throwback. A retro.
That's hindsight. That's literally hindsight.
You got it.
Verse 4, back in 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 4. Don't go for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord.
And 2/3 in America. You non-elect outside of America, man. Because when it boils down, only an Israelite can be faithful or unfaithful. That characteristic is only for an Israelite. Even when you go into Revelation, the 3rd chapter, the hour of temptation, only an Israelite can pass or fail their test. Which all leads back to the faith that Yahushua gives to you, man.
And then it said they're gonna die in their unbelief. Because when this system collapses, you're gonna have to have a belief system to follow on. And either you're gonna believe in the government, you're gonna believe in your woman, you're gonna believe in Christianity, but you're gonna have to have some belief system to follow on when this thing collapses, man. And if you don't have faith in this, you're going to be subjugated to all these belief systems that's going to lead you to the slaughter, man. So you're going to die because you was unfaithful in this doctrine. But you're going to make decisions based off some type of belief system, man. Just like when that juice was administrated, you Christians showed what you believe in, the science,
Yes, Lord. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, starting verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
So the prophets are an alarm system. We're letting you know that the thief is not. We're letting you know that the destruction is not. Okay? Just like those military bases, man, when there's missiles shot off at those bases, man, there's alarms to go off. Okay? So when those alarms, there you go, hey, it's going off before the destruction, before the enemy is upon the gates, man.
Hey, bro, and only the elect is waking up out of sleep from that alarm.
Yep.
The non-elect is doing what? They're getting snoozed.
Yep.
All right, back in the scripture, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh.
Yeah, and tremble, that's the reaction to this word. Hey, because when we first started hearing about this word, man, one of the things that put urgency on us is hearing about their destruction, man. Because we didn't associate the Bible to being the forerunner of nuclear destruction. But as we started hearing them precepts, that's when brothers had the signs, the USSR on the ICBM. We're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes you because I know when I first came in, I gotta join the count, the Lord gonna kill my ass, goddamn. Because you hearing about this destruction, but you ain't in yet, you be like, God dang. You know what I'm saying? So, this destruction, as the Lord said, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade people. Yeah, man, so as we learn about what the Lord is finna bring to the earth, man, we want to get covered. You know? Go ahead.
I can say this. A lot of people lack of fear. That's the problem in the world, really. Everybody lack of fear. You have about some shot.
There's no urgency.
That's right. And as soon as he do one thing, as soon as he do his thing, everybody, the fear gonna be everywhere. Everybody gonna be scared then. But the problem is fear, man.
For it is nigh at hand a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and a thick dark and of thick darkness,
Yeah.
as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong their head.
If I can say, that's the military state too. Because we already know that the chariots as well as the military is going to blot out the sun. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to really see light, things of that nature. But then the mental state of people, man, is going to be gloomy. Just like this past Christmas. You know, that shit was gloomy as hell.
Nobody felt it.
Nobody felt it. So imagine when this day comes. It's going to be extremely gloomy.
And that weather set the mood.
Yeah.
It's
Because it
supposed
was,
to be cold. My bad.
Yeah, no, you got
No,
it.
go ahead, bro.
what is it, this morning, you know, it was dark and gloomy, you know, until like after 2 o'clock, and it got sunny. Then it like the mood changed in the atmosphere, man. So like the brother going into, yeah, man, it's gonna be a dark and gloomy time. You know, of course, those nukes are gonna have those mushroom clouds, and what they call winter storms.
Right.
You know, but just that era of that build up to that time, man, it's gonna be a dark and gloomy time.
You have certain paintings that illustrate the times, say during the Great Depression, or certain pivotal moments in American history, and then it'll be a painting of a diner. Then it'll be people sitting in a diner, and it'll be a very solemn spirit. It's like 1940 or something like that. But the painting was illustrated to show that the gloomy state of people.
Back up, I went to Holland Village Wednesday. The same tone. You had a whole bunch of Edomites, but the tone was very gloomy. People were just there for the sake of being with their family, but the tone of it was no happiness. It was extremely gloomy. Now, I didn't see no Jake, just a whole bunch of Edomites. Everybody was on their phone, smiled a little bit, but the tone was gloomy.
And you can look at a lot of heathens and tell that their minds is distracted. Like they have societal problems in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're how can I put this? They're not the happy-go-lucky Edomites.
Right. And then they understand what's coming down the pipe too, because remember, the children of the world knows more than the children of the light. So they be watching these alternative news and they see what's coming too. And then on top of that, they're broke. You know, you gotta think about even with the Christmas time, you have to equate everything with the prophets, you know, shedding light on that so-called holiday, and then on top of that, people are broke. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't afford to get all these presents and things of that nature. So if you broke, that puts you in a bad mood.
Hey, you think about 9/11, man. When that shit happened, it was a nice sunny day. I remember it was nice outside, man. Look how quickly it got dark when them towers fell, man. Everybody that was in that proximity, man, was smutted up, couldn't see. Everything was dark, scared. You know what I'm saying? It was terrible. But just that quick, man, the Lord just turned everything dark and gloomy on them people, man. And it's gonna be that was nothing compared to what the Lord getting ready to do to this place, man.
And I was at Kroger looking at the eggs. There was a shortage, and the lady at the Kroger, the worker there said that the reason why there's a shortage is because the warehouse distribution center in Memphis had a stabbing, and they got to fighting at the warehouse, and the guy got stabbed 50 times. So they're not sending anything down here for a couple of days. Yeah, and it's like, but it's reflective of what elders and other brothers are doing videos on. There's a death angel in Babylon right now.
Yeah. Was the lady off in was it Miami, Fort Lauderdale? It was some part of Florida, man, where she had delivered a pizza to a lady. I think the lady was pregnant. You seen that? And you know, she went back with somebody and kicked the door in and stabbed her there, man, over fucking what, like $30 tip? Well, she wanted I think she wanted some more, whatever.
She only got $2.
$2.
And she stabbed over 14 times.
And she was pregnant, if I'm not mistaken,
I
wasn't
think so, bro.
But it's a cold spirit on the Lord put on these people, man. These spirits of vengeance, man.
Hey, Matthew the 24th chapter. How the love of many shall wax cold.
We're seeing it now.
Hey, wax goes into what psychosis, that is psychotic behavior. You kill a motherfucker for giving you $2. I'm sorry, you didn't kill her, you murdered her, man.
And the little one.
And a little one, when she was pregnant.
So these are crash outs, man. These are crash outs. And I had a dream about 8 years ago. In my dream, it was a full moon. It showed the moon. Then it showed people on Earth crashing out. It was like we had entered into a different shift, another state, man.
Yeah.
That shows you the moon controls your mood.
Yeah.
Hence the term what? Lunacy?
Lunacy.
Lunar.
Series,
Mm-hmm.
the moon change, it affected their behavior, they were killing each other.
Yeah.
I think that was like the second season. Something like that. Yeah, look.
See?
Apostle Bar broke it down. You know, people are mostly water. And the full moons and the new moons, it brings the tide up. It brings the water up in the soil. It brings the waves up in the ocean. But it also brings your energy up. So people are more energetic, so to speak, during those new moons and those full moons.
Make you over the champ.
Yep.
That's when they do most of chemtrails. You know, those full moon.
All right. Back in Joel chapter 2, verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spreads upon the mountains, a great people and a strong there.
Imagine a morning passing before the mountains. You can't even see it. You can't even see the mountains because of their thickness, man. This darkness is gonna be so thick you couldn't even cut through it, man. This is how dark we're coming into, man. And then not to mention the missiles are going to blood out the sun. We always reference 300 at the end when you see Leonidas at the end of the movie and how those arrows was coming towards him. That literally blotted out the sun, man. But what about the other scene too? We'll fight in the shade. It was sunny. It was so many arrows that it looked like it was nighttime out there, man.
And the missiles gonna come from every direction.
Yeah.
North, east, south, and west. Man. You know?
Okay. There have not been ever the light, neither shall be any more
Yeah,
after it.
Because the earth these nations have never had nuclear stockpile. It's the first time that these nations have had the buildup of this type of weaponry, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, and then after, so it said there will never be none like it, is because after these missiles are shot off, these nations will never learn war anymore. So we'll never be on the brink of another war. Okay? Like you have a doomsday clock. Well, it won't be a doomsday clock in the kingdom, man, because this is the last and final war, World War III. You know? This is the war that ends all heathen rulership and begins the rulership of Yahushua, which is forever, man. Okay? And it's going to be a rulership of peace, man. All right? And it's the reason why we're being raised up to be judges, because the earth will never get this chaotic to where it be need for a war, man. Because things are going to be settled. The land disputes. Because you go into the war, it's pretty much, war is rooted in covetousness, man. You know, when you really go into why wars are fought, especially in Esau's kingdom, man. Okay? He goes to war just to steal resources, man. America doesn't go to war because their national security is at stake. They go to war to steal resources, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
Yep.
Neither keep at home, who enlarges his desire as hell,
Yep.
and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, it said because he transgressed by wine. Because he has the earth under his influence, man. Okay? What you call a hegemony. All right? When you have a particular government that has influence over other governments, man. And this man is in the proud state because he has influence throughout the earth. And that's not enough for him. Okay? Then he has influence in the earth. He can never keep it at home, man. You know, you go into the American history of all the coups that they've done in the world, man. America pretty much has had an influence on every government that's established in the earth, man. There's no government that this man hasn't tampered with, man. Okay? The CIA was made, you know, to pretty much get information, okay, on these other governments to do coups, man. You know? You got it, bro.
But gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people.
Yep, gather to him all nations, heap to himself all people. Okay? Because everyone, at the end of the day, when you go into this global government, all right, that they want to establish, is everybody answering to Esau, man. Okay? And he has used America to hammer these nations, okay, to be weakened so he can come in and overthrow it, man. You know? He destroys them because he comes in and brings in that wine. Okay, first he demonizes the government because these certain governments that they demonize, you know, we look at these guys as criminals. These were the strong men of their nation. They held order in their nation. And what does Esau do? He demonizes them. You know, and he does on every level. The same way he made it seem like the nigga woman was oppressed by us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Everybody, he painted the picture like every Jake is Mr. from Color Purple.
Right.
You know, or Ike Turner. You know, that's how he paint every Jake. And once he get people to buy into that narrative, now it's like he doing the woman a favor by getting her away from under that oppression. Well, he does that to the nation.
Right.
He did that with Gaddafi, with Libya. And the world was looking at it like he's doing the Libyan people a favor by removing their dictator. He's doing Iraq a favor by removing this dictator. You know, he's doing he's going to do Iran a favor by moving that regime. You know,
And then Gaddafi told Assad the same thing was gonna happen to him. And
Yeah.
Assad laughed at him. He laughed at him. And what, 3 weeks ago he was
Outta here.
overthrown. He's out of here. That's crazy.
yeah, man.
And then if I could just say too, in that main brand of wine he used, hey, not the Merlot, but it's democracy.
Yep.
Because he tells our people that look, we gotta go in there and bring democracy into their countries and things because they're heavily oppressed.
Yep.
But you do the same thing. You're blowing up schools, hospitals, all in the name of democracy because you want their resources.
And think about it as an American soldier. You're 5,000 miles away in the desert fighting people that don't have cars.
Right.
How can they be a threat to you?
Right.
How can they be a national threat to you? You're in the desert 5,000 miles away fighting people that don't, you fighting military that don't have one fighter jet.
But they got all these weapons.
Yeah.
These what they call weapons of mass
Mass
destruction.
destruction, yeah.
But meanwhile, you supposed to be fighting Al Qaeda, but then it's Al Qaeda running Syria now. The CIA put them in the fucking open.
That's what they do. Because they prop up these militant groups, what they call freedom fighters. And freedom fighters is nothing but a term of CIA mercenaries, man. So they arm these mercenaries, and once these mercenaries do what they need them to do, then they flip the script and make them same mercenaries the bad guy, the villain. You know? And the American people don't know. You think the American people know the difference between Al Qaeda and ISIS? Okay? You think they know the difference between Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein? Okay? They don't know Gaddafi. They just know they got turbans and beards. All of them bad. Like you always say, Esau done got America desensitized to everyone that's outside of America.
They just got one brother.
Desensitized.
No turban away.
Yeah, beard. Turbans and beard. Like they killed this leader and that leader. America don't know who them niggas is, man. You know?
Hey, he's not lying, because I remember when I got on the plane out there 9/11 shit, and I seen a guy, he had a turban and beard. I was like, oh shit.
You
You know, man, I was like, oh, here we go, man.
Hey, I got a quick one real quick.
Don't know good.
I'll bring that up.
we get out, man.
Psalm 55 and 21. The words of, I started 20. He have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with them. He have broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah, so here it is, the devil, you know, he comes in, and his whole thing is how he's going to enhance, all right, another person's government, man, you know? But his whole time, he's thinking how to overthrow and get resources, man, you know? Because the only reason America gets involved with a nation is because that nation has resources that the American government wants, man. Okay, that's the only reason they get involved, man. Okay, they don't give a damn about the people. Okay, that's why when they topple these governments, okay, the people are way worse off than when they had the guy that they demonized, man. Because in Libya, you know, Gaddafi, you got $50,000, you know, when you graduated college, man. You got $50,000 when you got married. You benefited off the oil sales of Libya, man. If you was a Libyan citizen, man. Okay, that's America hates when these nations nationalize their resources for their people, man. Even with my boy Castro in Cuba. Cuba, yes, Fidel Castro. He wanted to nationalize the resources of Cuba for Cuban people. Under the government of Fidel Castro, Cubans lived 5 to 10 years longer than Americans. And they had better healthcare systems. And that was under Fidel Castro, and they got way less resources than America, but the people was well off. Even when you had that operation when America invaded Cuba, I think it was P something, but when they invaded Cuba, and the American military lost, and Fidel Castro took American military personnel hostage. And guess what he wanted for hostage? Guess what he wanted to release them hostages, man? $50 million for the Cuban people. So he gave them American hostages back to get $50 million back for the Cuban people. So they say these men are dictators and wicked and all this, but they be for their people. You know?
The Nicaraguan leader, I forget his name, but they had the, you know what I'm talking about? And they had a documentary on it, man. All right, the Panama Deception. I think that's what it was called. Yeah. But long story short, these leaders, they'll work for the U.S. government. But then because of their nationalism, they'll say, forget your agenda. I'm for my people. And that's when they get demonized, man. And like the brothers going into all these dictators, which is beautiful, right? You have to question the narrative. Everybody outside of America is the bad guy, so nobody's the good guy outside of America. All right, even that documentary, How to Be a Dictator, they demonize every dictator based off how they moved in their custom. That's how they move in their custom, man.
Well, since you said that, what about Chavez out there in Venezuela?
Yep.
You know, they demonized him. Or that Haitian president that did not want his people to receive it, you know what? They assassinated him.
Man, you know what the story is on Haiti? Because I'm fucking Haitian, man. All right? We're Levites, some of us Judah. You know what the story is on Haiti? Haiti is one of the richest countries in the Western Hemisphere. But the Levites, under the Levite leader, Tucson. All right? Say his name again, say up name again. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, that's big on.
That's big up, man. All right? But long story short, under his leadership, Levites overthrew French slave owners. They overthrew the French. But you know what the French said? You owe us war reparations for putting your foot up out behind. And if you don't pay up, the whole Western world, meaning the whole Edomite supremacy in the Western known world is going to come against you. So ever since 1804, 1806, Levi, so-called Haitians, have been under the chains of Western rulership. That's why they have no access to their resources.
And then Haiti, though, just before we report, Haiti goes back to what Haiti is.
Yeah.
They was catching hell when they was trying to get those resources. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing, too. They also use voodoo for an assistance to overthrow these sides.
They use their left
They
hand.
use their left hand.
But just going into
One more thing, if I could just say, Haiti has more oil than Venezuela.
well, Venezuela is like a cup of oil to Haiti's oil.
Yeah.
To Haiti's pool of oil.
That's right.
But it's been all types of schemes on Jake. But let Esau tell it through his television. All right, this weapon of mass deception. Everybody just happen to be poor. Kenyans just happen to be poor. Brazilians, the Congo. Everybody on earth is just poor. We don't know why. It's just poor.
Dominicans.
stole mitigate. Let's stop world hunger. And you follow the narrative, but you have to understand that you have something called the International Monetary Fund. All right, what's the International Monetary Fund? These same countries that we named, Esau sets up shops there, creates a tourist area, all right, it sends that money right back to the bankers. The bankers are in control of the resources in the Americas, man. So the natives in the Americas don't even have access to their own resources, man. The British have access over the gold in Venezuela.
Three horns.
Yep.
But either you're colonized by the French, the Spanish, or the British, you know, and lately America, man. And then even with Puerto Rico and the islands of Dominican Republic, America just took that from the Spanish, man. You know, because you even look at Puerto Rico, which is the Puerto Riches, all right. Edomite business owners own 80% of the sugar factories in Puerto Rico, 85% of the tobacco factories, and 100% of the railroad and transportation in Puerto Rico, man. So Puerto Rico is nothing but, like you got Nissan plant. Puerto Rico is nothing but a big sugar and tobacco plant for the Edomites, man.
And just like the Nissan plant, the locals work that shit.
Yeah.
But the elites, they have a covenant to get the, what do you call it, the extracts of it.
Yeah.
The locals work there because what's European colonization? It's really Edomite imprisonment.
Yep.
We're going to imprison the locals in your land, and you're going to extract your resources and give it to us.
It's an open air prison.
It's an open air prison, man. We talk. Go ahead, bro.
Ain't you like in Mexico? If you look at this whole block right here, in Mexico, those so-called Jews own the whole block. But you got Israelites working inside the shops, whether it's jewelry shops, clothing stores, shoes, whatever the case may be. But that proves who actually is ruling the earth in today's time.
The people, if you say their name, then your YouTube channel get canceled.
Yeah.
Man. That's what we call big nose, small heads. You know?
She's president, ain't she?
Yeah.
Shine Wall, yeah.
But whose face on the fucking money?
Esau.
That's how you know who run everything. Whose face is on the goddamn money? Can I get a quick one?
You got it, bro.
You got something else?
Yeah.
Like, this is Ezekiel 28 and verse 3. Behold, you are wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from you.
Yeah, you niggas are. Oh, no, you can break it down.
No.
You niggas are wiser than Daniel. What's that, bro?
Them boys hollow, man.
Yeah, and you niggas are wiser than Daniel because you went into the left hand.
That's right.
You went into Satanism. You went into the mysticism, the secrets of the Chaldees. Like you always get into Aleister Crowley went over there to Egypt, man. All right, and we know that he wasn't just seeing some illusions, because what happened in the book of? Come on, man. Osmodeus.
Yeah.
Is that how you Osmodeus?
Yeah. You know, he was pronunciation.
But they sent Osmodeus back to where?
Egypt.
Come on, man. So the Esau, when he came back into power, he stole that Moorish science that came from us, and then he ultimately went and sent guys like Aleister Crowley, and those guys mastered those arts, because technology is heavily mixed with witchcraft.
Right.
There's a very good alignment, for lack of better words, with technology and witchcraft.
Hey, because how the Egyptians know that there was rings around Saturn?
Come on, man.
How you even see that?
Come on, man. How the fuck did you know that, man? You see?
It was one of them Edomites. He said, whenever technology went micro, that's really when it got into witchcraft. That little technology, you know, so they're able to have, you know, these small cameras with the phone. They're able to edit your genes.
Yeah.
He said when even going to the MOTV, which is what, the microchip. You know, he said when technology got micro, it really got into witchcraft.
Got you, man. Hey, this is Tobit 8:1. And when they had supped, they brought Tobias in unto her. And as he went, he remembered the words of Raphael, and took the ashes of the perfumes, and put the heart and the liver of the fish thereupon.
So there's rituals on the right hand side. The angel of Yahweh Bahashim El-Shai performed the ritual.
That's right.
So showing you those rituals have power. All right?
Yep. He instructed Tobias what to do.
Right. Right. So
And he made a smoke therewith. The witch smelled, when the evil spirit had smelled, he fled into the uttermost parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him.
Hey, because that's
Yeah, just to bring out that definition for y'all, bound goes into a territory.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
These principalities got regions that they dominate, man. That's why you got different spirits when you go to different areas, like the Jake in Miami and Fort Dale, you know, Fort Lauderdale. Then you got the niggas in LA, Chicago. Like it's a different energy on all them niggas, man. Because there's certain demons they got dominion over them certain regions, man.
And Alistair Crowley, it only makes sense what you said as a point. Alistair Crowley, whatever he was summoning up, instructed him to go to Egypt.
Yep.
It only makes sense.
Yep. He knew, man. That's how Cristobal Columbus, he knew through the scriptures to go to the Americas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alistair, man, you know he knew through the scriptures to go to Egypt.
Yep.
You don't think they read the book of Tobit
Yep.
and other scriptures?
Yep.
Come on, man. But they'll turn around and put through their movies like it's some fairy tale stuff, man.
Then that CIA wicked, because I think in the book of Proverbs it tell you that you're really not supposed to spy on your servants, man. You know, because by default, of course, they're gonna have something to say against you.
Yeah, I read
You know
that
what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah.
But that's wicked to spy on your servants, man. Because I was watching something the other day, and it was an Edomite that was in. Matter of fact, it was a Doom, and you remember he talked to a girl, and he was like, "Look, I'm okay with you saying what you got to say in private, but she had said something publicly about it. You know what I'm saying? So it showed you that that concept, like, you ain't supposed to spy on your servants. Like, they supposed to have their little liberty to get out certain things, you know? Yeah, so he saw that there was no secret that they can hide from D. That's because he got the CIA goddamn spying on everything you do.
Oh, insecure ass.
Yeah.
That's what insecure, well, what is a stand in spirit?
Yeah.
But hey, you know, that insecure people, they always eavesdropping because they scared you gonna say something about them.
Hey, because real quick, just to add, cause Elder Bun, like, what's the atmosphere? How they feel about their president over there? Like,
But right now, you know, they really think she is gone.
damn.
Yeah. You know, but you know what I'm saying? But the dad is a Jew.
Yeah.
And the mom is that's correct.
That's how they do. Cause that's the same they did with Herod.
That's what I was thinking of,
Yep.
bro.
You know,
That's what we do.
Herod,
I know.
you know, his sons that he had with those Judite women. You know, that's why Yahushua called him a fox, man.
Yeah.
Cause what does the fox do? It waits till something else kills the prey, then it goes and takes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, slap.
Man, it'll be when you go back over there, you gotta tell them it's that Sly Fox in there. Give me a taco.
Yeah, bro.
Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Yep.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yep, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Go ahead.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof, and that's psychology, man. You know, he always puts himself as the leaders and the heroes, okay, in history and the movies, okay, because you look at all the movies, who's the hero? Esau. You look at even the history pieces, this devil is everybody, man. Okay, but you have Jake slave all throughout. You know, Jake is only the slave throughout these empires, man. But Esau's in rulership, man. You know, he puts him face as the Most High, as the prophets, as the Messiah. Okay, so this lets you know who's in power. And then it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and he got it by wicked means, man. Going back to the blessing he received to get the earth by the sword, man. You know. So the way that this man came into power was through violence, man, and through lies and robbery, man. You know? You got it.
If not,
You got it.
if not, where and who is he?
Yeah, who else is doing what Esau is doing in the earth? Okay? Who else has their hand in every government in the earth? Who else controls the economy of the earth? Who else controls, all right, the curriculums of these different governments, man? You know? These infrastructures, man. You see? Even when you go into how weapons, the reason why the earth is always at war and conflict, Esau distributed all these weapons throughout the earth, man. Esau sell weapons to anybody that is bound, man.
Did y'all ever see that movie by, what's his name? The God of War?
Yeah, the Lord of War.
Lord of War.
Yeah. That's a good watch.
Yeah, it's a good watch.
And we show you how these arms dealers move, man. You know, they be disappointed when these nations have a truce. You know, it shows you he was in the back seat, and he got the phone call that these two nations had a truce. He You like, damn, I just sent guns over there. You know, you like, well, fuck it. Take that shipment to over here. And they fighting over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this how this nigga operates, man.
And you know what he said about Bin Laden too? He said he stopped selling to him because his checks were bouncing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the CIA stopped funding them. Because it's all, most of these wars in the earth are CIA funded. Most of our taxes go to global war, man. You know, that's why these CIA can just give blank checks to these mercenaries, man. Because even in Syria, here it is, you got the Syrian general making $40 a month, but you got the freedom fighters, just a regular foot soldier, making $2,000 a month, man. Okay? Why are they able to be so funded like that, man? $2,000 a month?
Yeah, because the general was making what, about
$40 a month.
$40, man.
And you the general. And this nigga get out the couch, make $2,000.
Well, like Cameron said, hey, prime payment.
You know? But why are they able to do this? Because first, America sanctioned the shit out you, you know, to where your government is poor, so you can't afford to have no payroll. And then the CIA backdoor all these, because once you disgruntled, because if you don't have nothing coming in, you don't give a fuck about the politics. You just know I don't have shit to come. I can't feed my family. You know? So the CIA come in back door and start a resistance group, and these niggas getting all this money, then they able to get the spoils or whatever they take. Okay? They get to deal with the women. Cause like now, over there in Syria, you got Al Qaeda, it's a party, man. Okay? They go through them Christian communities, kill the men, knock off the women, kill them when they feel like it. Like it's some real anarchist shit over there, man. You know? So, and who's behind all this shit? The CIA. Like all this tax money that we spend, about 80% of our tax money go to Esau bullshit. Because you see it don't go to infrastructure. You see it don't go to health. You see it don't go to education. You know? The reading level, all this technology, why reading levels decreasing? You know? All this smart this and smart that, but the people are becoming dumber. Yeah. But war is steady, you know. Do you know how much it costs to do an airstrike? And these niggas do this shit every day. on the hour damn near, man.
Yeah, and there's another thing, it's nothing Assad could have done. You can't fight that type of corruption.
Nah, especially if you as a leader wasn't forming your men. See, but the thing, like you say, it was too much for him to fight against, you know, because Assad not written in prophecy to do nothing major, you know. So he's a dispensable character in prophecy, man. But you got certain men, certain nations that are strong to resist America because they have a role in prophecy, man, when it comes to coming up against the war. You know, you had something, bro? Hey, look up American military budget too, man. It should be a pie chart. It'll show you how much percentage America spends on its military. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom they fell,
Yep.
even of that horn that had eyes.
Yep, this is America. And those other horns that fell before America were the British, the French, and the Spanish. Because before America, it was a power struggle between the British, French, and Spanish. Because America was divided up. On the East Coast was the British. In the central, you had the Louisiana. And then in the west, you had the Spanish. Okay? And that's why you see, okay, the residue of those cultures in each section of America, man.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
So like on the East Coast, I may add, you have all the British relics.
Yep.
With you know, like New Hampshire,
Yep.
New Jersey, New York, you know. But then in the lower parts, you have everything that's French energy. Like Mississippi, especially Louisiana, all right, it's a lot of French architecture. It's French dialects. All right, then like the Midwest, the West Coast, you have a lot of Spanish, what do you call it, like relics of Spain existence, you know?
In Spanish, that's why you got what, San Francisco,
Yeah.
San Diego,
Los Angeles.
Santa Clara,
Yeah.
you know.
It's everything.
Yep.
Like I said, that's what I had on get bridge and conquerors. when American motherfucker conquered us. Then you had the Spanish that conquered the other kingdom. You had the French. They conquered other brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Why do the people in Jamaica and the people in British sound the same? They got the same accent.
They jump in their accent.
Yeah, two different parts of the earth.
And why do we have the poor British accent?
Yeah.
Like we got that southern drawl, but it's like the poor English came down here. You know what I mean? But if you in the East Coast, they have a more polished form of English. Proper. We call it proper. You know? Ain't that something?
And then even in Old English, there was Jake. You know?
Yeah.
They set that up, man. The Tudor family and the Stewarts, you get into them together.
And a mouth that speak very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
Yeah, because America, you know, was pretty much that bastard child that came up, man. You know, to be that superpower. Why did America become a superpower? Because it had their chosen crop of slaves, man. You know, which America, that means that, hey, you had that chosen crop of slaves, you had those inventions, man. Okay? Because you look at the inventions that catapulted America to be a superpower, man, it came from Jake, man. You know, these different, the engine, okay? You have refrigeration, the light bulb, the traffic light, the cell phone. The cell phone, that was Jake. I think Yashima brought that out. I think that was Jake from Lanier. You know, about 5 minutes from where we at now, man. Jake made the cell phone, and now you can't do nothing without what they call the military comms, the communication. You know, these radar systems, Jake, the home security system. It was Eve made that. Because her husband used to be gone, and she came up with hooking those cameras up to them TVs where she can watch the outside from the inside, you know? So now, them same devices, Esau just constantly enhance them because he has the means to mass produce and to, like, you can create something, but Esau can come in and put a whole team on that motherfucker. You see?
He's taking the patent, and I guarantee you, Jake is not getting no kickback for
Nah,
no patent.
nah,
Because
like that. Nah, you got it.
hey, because under Edomite supremacy, Esau has to be the face of your invention.
Yep.
You know, I was hearing somebody break it down. It's just European colonization. You got the resources in your land. He gets the resources. So your resources, your creativity now. Like you're the rapper, you're the singer, you're the inventor, but under whose industry are you under? Whose record label are you under? So it's the same thing, man.
I'm gonna say this: it is easy to modify something if it's already created. That ain't shit.
How can a destroyer be a creator?
Right.
Then he turned the invention to destruction.
Right.
You know?
Jeremiah 51:19. Did you have something? Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
Yep.
For he is the former of all things.
Yep.
Now we know that portion is the Most High.
Yep.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh host is his name.
And the Lord always, you know, even though we fell away from who we are, he always left a token of who we are within us, man. And that's why Jacob was always on another level when he came to being ingenuity, right? You know, even in our worst circumstances, Jacob was still ingenuity, man. You know? So, when you look at society, because even when they talk about, you know, most of these governments operate off Roman law, well, they talking about their law during the era of Byzantine, man. You know, from Nerva, okay, the 5 good emperors on up to Justinius. You know, he's like the last good emperor of that Byzantine Empire. That's where most of this laws and these governments come from, is when Jake was running governments, man. Going back to the Moors, okay?
And you just think about the creations and things of that nature. That goes all the way back to Genesis, which shows you that even lower level Jake has DNA of the Most High in there. Because what does God do? They create. A God creates creation from a creator. You know, so it only makes sense that Esau, he's no God, so what he has to do is he has to modify something that a God has created, whether it's a modification on the traffic light, so on and so forth. But it's still, my bad, but still you have to give the accreditation to Jacob.
I got a quick one. Genesis 22:18. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. All right, and any nation that has us in their captivity, they skyrocket, man.
But I'm gonna say this point, that's really the tribe.
Yeah,
That's really the tribes, but like the point is saying, but still, these other nations benefit from the tribes.
No account for
Well,
our labor.
Yeah.
I heard the elder flipping too.
Okay, what's up?
No, it was like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, but like you said, we
Qualified.
yeah,
it's qualified,
done. But long story short, Esau has ownership over our creativity.
Yep.
But that's one thing about this truth, it's being decolonized and being stripped of an identity that somebody else forged for you. That's why hey, Christianity is our biggest opposition. Because through Christianity, you get right back under that yoke of being a minority that got saved by a foreign God, and he just so happens to look like your creator. Look like the so-called white man. You know? But like you said, Adam, hey, because what is Jake known for? He's invented. Adam invented names for creation. Like the camel goes back to the Hebrew gamal. Because this we get the word, a lot of words, like that they go right back to the Hebrew. But Adam literally said gamal. Then there's a bird called the cow, because it makes a sound as though it's calling somebody. But Adam named that bird cow. So the Hebrew, like when Adam named names, he was straight saying Hebrew. So the first systems came from Adam. The first, hey, when it said, and the Most High breathed the breath into Adam, right? He breathed the breath into a so-called black man that looked like you, like this brother, man. All right, because hey, going back to frame of reference, the frame of reference of a man of God or a son of God is a brother like us.
And that's why his name was Adam. Adama.
Yeah.
From
Fertile ground. Yeah, fertile ground, that dark skin, man. So I'm just making a point. Like, Jake, we're not just dancers and singers.
Right.
All right, it's so much hidden history. When Jake was in rulership before Esau took over, they got this wall of Benin. They just really go back to Benjamin out there in West Africa. It's a wall that's way more broader than the Great Wall of China, and it was around Africa, the West Africa. But of course, when Esau came into power, his agenda was to destroy it. But these are things, hey, Jake had so many innovative feats. And the way you know it's true, what Jake doing out there in Nigeria right now, man? Those are inventive engineers, man.
And those the Incas that came up with that concept of zero.
Yep.
And engineering.
There was no concept of zero before the Incas. All right, it's architect. And these guys are so primitive. If the Mayans and the Aztecs, which are Zebulon and Issachar, if they're so primitive and pagan, how come it's still a mystery how they engineer empires? How in the fuck did you get civilizations in the mountains?
And the Incas had an empire that was the same size as the Medo-Persian Empire, you know, at its peak, you know, when you go into it. So how would they, because to run the empire that vast, you have to have some hell of an administration, man, you know? And then they didn't even use gold for money, you know? That the gold wasn't used for money, because they had resources. Esau was surprised that they don't even use gold for money in the Inca Empire, man. Esau came and started that shit.
I remember on one documentary, they had floating farms. I think it was Zebulon out there, man. They had like their irrigation systems and their farming system. You know how you have a lake, but they had a farm on top of the lake. So they had floating farms. Hey man, they had so many engineering feats before this devil came, man.
Esau just showed up with them cannons back.
Yep, their sword, man.
All that nigga bought to the party with a cannon, goddamn.
Come on, man.
All right. This Habakkuk 2 and 8 in the NLT. Habakkuk 2 and 8 NLT. Because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you.
Yep.
You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence.
Hey, Esau the real Jake boy. You know, like what Jake do on a domestic level, Esau does on a global level. You know, Esau the real stick-up kid, man. Esau the real pull-up boys in the
Oh
earth.
boy, who's bringing this shit in?
Yeah. What they what was Wells Fargo? No, that was what's that big banking name? Well, yeah, Morgan.
JP
Morgan.
Yeah, bringing in that coke.
Yeah, that's what they call like $20 billion worth of cocaine. And you don't just hear, you don't even hear about it no more.
Nope.
You know, but when you go into it, because the scripture say what? Get that real quick. A man treasure, what you treasure, that's where your heart is.
I got one too, bro.
You got it, bro. I'm gonna bring out this chart
Okay, go
to
ahead.
show you where the mind of your government is at, man. Go ahead.
Well, they were just gonna go for the whole thing.
Now just get straight where your treasure is. Yeah, get straight to it.
This is Matthew 6:21.
Yep.
Where your treasure is, there will, sorry, there will, sorry. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Yeah, so wherever you treasure, wherever your treasure is, or whatever you invest into, that's where your mind is at. Okay? If you a brother that like incense, you know, like your wallet is your treasure, your bank account is your treasure. If you had to break down your spending, that'll kind of tell you about yourself. You know, if you looked at your bank statement, okay, that'll tell you about yourself, like what you went to outside of bills. You know, like what you spend outside of bills kind of show what you into. So when you go into Esau, all right, this is your government's bank statement. Now he spends 6% on education, 6% on government, 6%, all these sixes, all right, on veterans benefits, 5% on housing and community, 5% on health, 3% on internal affairs, 3% on energy and environment, 3% on science, 3% on transportation, 2% on labor, 1% on food and agriculture, and 57% on military, man.
2.4 trillion.
You
Can't go to war, you got some money, right?
Blessed by the sword.
You see?
He lived by the
He was
sword.
sword. So this tells you that this man lives by the sword. He spent 1% on food and agriculture. God
He
damn.
said, fuck our past.
How much on the veterans or whatever?
6%.
So that show he don't give a fuck about y'all fight for him. He just wants you out there, goddamn. Just get out there and fight. And when you done, we don't give a damn.
Yeah, here it is. You making $50,000 a year operating $500 million equipment.
Can't come over here, can't get a job.
Yeah.
That's why Rambo was so mad.
Here it
Rambo
is.
said, goddamn, I'm in Vietnam, I'm operating $1 million worth of equipment, and I get over here, I can't even get a fucking job. Man.
F-35 is a $250 million fighter jet, man.
One.
$250 million on one fighter jet, but the person driving is making $80,000, man. If that. You know?
But y'all the dummies, though. Y'all the fools. All this information, I think y'all still signing up to this. I got one, bro. Hey, this is Ezekiel 28:5, because you said Esau is the real jackboy. And this is Ezekiel 28:5. By your great wisdom and by your traffic, have you increased your riches, and your mind is lifted up because of your riches.
Yeah, that traffic mainly by the sea.
Yeah.
You know? Who controls, okay, the global trade, man, is Esau. And then even when these nations sell their resources, they have to go through American banks because America has the FRN, man. So that's why they're able to put these sanctions. Because when Venezuela sells their oil, well, that money has to go through American banking system, that SWIFT banking system, man. You know? Well, look that up, SWIFT banking system. Because recently, America just froze, because they froze like $6 billion in Russian assets. And they gave $1 billion of it to Ukraine. They took Russia money that they made off selling gas, and they gave $1 billion of it to Ukraine, man. You know? That's why America is known as the whore that sitteth on the beast. You know? She controls this shit, man. This whore, man. The earth is being ran by a whore. That's why it's so dysfunctional, man.
If I could add to it, traffic also goes into merchandise. And merchandise is anything that can be sold, like your drugs, people, and things of that nature, man.
Fulfilling Revelation 18, it's on that great city, the whore, they had human slaves too. I got some, the brothers going to about education. It says right here, John D. Rockefeller funded the General Education Board in 1902. It says right here, founded in 1902, after John D. Rockefeller made his initial investment of $1 million to the cause, The Rockefeller family went on to donate over $180 million to the board. Its main objective was to organize the youth, creating predictable, reliable, and obedient citizens.
Yeah, like plantation. And when you think about the plantation, you think about the school system is set up like a plantation. You know, the bell ringing and all, you have to be in line, you have to be at a designated spot at a certain time frame, and then also the prison system. So all of that basically is it reflects your school system. From the plantation where you work at, and also a potential landing the prison system, man.
Pipeline.
It's a pipeline.
And it's all prison. It's all the same. Like when you go to work, especially you work at a plant or some shit, it's a fucking prison. You know, you work in an office, it's a prison. The school system, it felt like hindsight, it felt like a prison. Because even in prison, you can play ball. You know, there's a commissary. You work out. So school, work, hospitals, it's all a vibration of death in this man's system. Recess, come on, man. So it's all a vibration of death in this man's kingdom, man. It's a vibration of death. But he just gives you entertainment to distract your mind from the fact that you are in prison.
Back in slavery, how they did it, you know, Saturday, Sunday, let you party, you get to, you know, mate with your woman or whatever, get full drunk, but shit, Monday morning, you back at it. Master whooping your ass, man.
Meanwhile, he fucking on Monday morning.
Yeah.
And then your woman goes to her corporate job, she been fucked by Esau too.
Don't
It's the
stop.
same shit.
Another man can take your wife. And on a grander level, another man taking your wife was feminism. The government took our wives. They took our real, our help me. Now, like we always get into it, now he has our help me. So another man shall lie with your woman. That's some lie with our woman through feminism, man. Women's liberation. She got transferred from one form of servitude to a corporate form of servitude, man.
That's why, Jay, you gotta have that extra mind with that 13 real. You know, let her go, goddamn.
It's Proverbs 24:8. He that deviseth to do evil should be called a mischievous person.
And that's what Esau does, man, through his agendas, because all these agendas, all these objectives lead to what's the New World Order. Even that Project Bluebeam shit, all of that is to formulate the New World Order. They talk about world peace, man. So yes, he's extremely crafty, but just know everything is leading to this system becoming digital.
Yep.
That's it. It's just, I mean, it's super simple.
Because even bricks, because bricks ain't saving you people from the dollar.
No.
Okay, it's a bridge to digital. Because guess what? The bricks currency is a digital currency.
And can I ask you a question? Why all these presidents talk about New World Order? Whether I don't know whether it's Putin or whoever, all these niggas talk about a new world order. But we know the Most High is gonna do his thing as far as bringing WWE3. But that shows you that all these niggas ultimately are controlled by the elite bank.
They coming out blatantly saying it now. You know.
But what you're seeing is these nations jockeying for position, man. In this new world order, they're trying to settle themselves. That's why, because with these elites, you have a lot of crossing and double crossing, man. Because you got some elites behind this, because these elites have different forces in the race, man. Because these Edomites have never ran, all right, their empires in peace. Okay? When you had Alexander, when he died, what happened? War. The Theodosian Wars, and the generals went to war. You had Rome. You had the year of the four emperors. Like, what are you doing? That's because these Edomites have never ran their empires in peace, man. So we're seeing it playing out now. So now, these niggas got nukes. Okay? And America's being written out the script because the American citizen with all these freedoms and liberties is against the global citizen that they want for the New World Order. Okay? They don't want their ideology of freedom of speech, freedom of religion. They don't want that to exist in this New World Order, right to bear arms. None of that's going to exist in this man's New World Order. So you got
Now saying they have ruled the right gullible people in this generation right now. These like the dumbest generation like in existence, man. Of people like just randomly for this NWO. That's why John D. Rockefeller, he stated that he wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. You know, because like you say, everything is upgraded within this like society, like smart this, smart that. And you got the dumbest generation of kids in these school systems, man. Everybody's on a dumb novo, no doubt.
But it's going back to John D. Rockefeller. You going back to that book 1984, written by George Orwell. All right, in the book 1984, the whole thing was to distract the masses. So they had and this book was written like 1943, 44. But hey, it was hanging up the pornography. That was having like conflicting information in the news, just confuse the masses. You didn't know who was winning the war.
Yeah.
You know, it was just but it was a dumb down of masses, man. And that's why you got the free cheap food. You got bread and circuses. It's just crazy entertainment. You got all access. You got it's easily accessible.
Hey, can you bring it up?
What's the
definition? Which one? Take it
come.
Because you go right into that point.
This is I'm sorry. This is entertainment etymology online in the verb sense. Late 16th century. To keep up, maintain, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind.
Woo! Hey, to contain your mind.
Contain the
To
mind.
dumb shit. Because I seen a TikTok today where they asked this little young random Eve, they put a picture up of Malcolm X and she didn't know who he was. You know?
I seen some on TikTok. Dude couldn't even pronounce North America.
Yeah.
He was able to say North, but he couldn't even say America, man.
Yeah.
And so they would ask him what continent, and he couldn't even tell the motherfucker what continent he was on.
They stopped your brain from thinking. The smarter the technology got, the dumber you got, because now you don't have to think.
Yep.
You know, like if you're gonna text somebody something, the word pops up.
Yep.
So you don't even have to know how to spell.
Yep.
You know?
Bro, we're real talk though, because when we was coming up, we could remember 25, 30 phone numbers. You were figuring out multiplication shit all in your head. You know, now, yeah, you don't even do none of that
Now
shit.
you don't, like, in your own city, you might not know how to get up the street and around the corner without a GPS. Because you don't use your brain.
Yeah.
So like what I noticed about this man's society is something comes at the expense of something else.
Yep.
So every time something is introduced to the consumer, you have to consider at what expense am I going to get this new item? It's a takeaway, and that's what Americans don't understand. They gave you cheap access to processed food. Now look at your health. They gave you cheap access or free access to sex. Now look at your families. Look at your fidelity rate. All right, what's another one? They gave you cheap access to technology. Look at your IQ. Look at your intelligence. You're not sharp anymore.
And then people don't even appreciate each other's company because they got too much access to each other, man. And you remember when you see your relatives, man, how ecstatic you used to be?
Yep.
You know, or you see your homeboy you ain't seen because, you know, you didn't have this much access to each other, man. So it was like you cherish being in the moment.
But this is what's crazy to me. You niggas get these virtual games, you have your virtual girlfriend, get you a real bitch. You know what I'm saying? You have these virtual games where you want to go to a restaurant, go to a restaurant. But meanwhile, Esau is living his life, but you at home playing with your whackers, you know, in your fucking bathroom. This is crazy.
Hey, you know what I noticed too?
What's that?
This current system, it takes a man's vitality. I've learned, and I'm learning to cherish vitality. Your life force as a man.
Right.
If you're always on the phone, that diminishes your vitality. That diminishes your life force. To your testosterone, and going back to being in the real world. When you're in the real world, that's doing something for your pheromones and serotonin. When you're socializing with people, you're in nature. You gotta walk to the store. You gotta Uber Eats everything.
And since you said that, I read something dealing with psychology. You know, your testosterone has something to do with you taking over another rulership. And that's another reason why Esau want the Israelites down and, you know, with low testosterone. Because if you got that urge, you want to be king. As a man, you want to be king.
Yep.
You want to be the man. But if he dumbs you down from food, water, and all these other chemicals and shit, your testosterone is low.
And that's why he has you in a state of constantly ejaculating too. He always has different triggers to make you want to constantly release your semen. Because when your semen is like before you fight professionally, what happens? You have to go on semen retention. You got to go like 90 days without having sex. Why? Because your testosterone is built up. Now you want to dominate your opponent. So Esau always has these different agencies, like you were saying, that lowers your testosterone. Processed food, probably the chemtrails, the stuff you're watching on your phone, is always depleting you.
No, everything drinking,
You get fabric cleaners, you know?
Yeah.
That messes with your testosterone and your hormones.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi in your fucking house.
Yep.
Bro, I used to work for this moving company, man, and I used to have to, you know, of course it wasn't no GPS and none of that shit then. So I used to have to do a map book or stop at rest areas, get particular maps for that particular state or town or whatever. But when I first started it, it was kind of difficult, man. But constantly, repetitively looking through that book and all that shit, tracking different streets and highway, man, that shit had me pretty sharp on that shit, man.
Yeah, cause you gotta think of Esau technology. All Esau does is mimic the human brain. That's why AI is learning, because AI is trying to mimic how we learn.
Right.
That's why he wants you constantly talking to AI. You know, hi Alexa, hi Siri. He wants you talking to this motherfucker so she can learn. So his technology can learn. But the way that we learn is that we download information that we're supposed to be constantly taking in, man. You know?
And that AI shit is the money possession, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no motherfucking way you can have all them fucking answers. And on every fucking Netflix show I watch with that AI technology, it always is an evil spirit controlling. You know what I'm saying? It goes, you know what I'm saying? What you call it? Rolls. Roll.
Second Thessalonians 2.
Well, Elon Musk always mentioned demons when he talks about AI.
Hey, can I say something?
Yep.
One, hey, upgrade. Remember, the AI eventually took over? This is shit called Awake, something on Netflix now. How they had something like Alexis in the fucking house, but eventually it took over.
Before we even enter into this era that we're currently in, I always see movies where AI took over the world.
Yeah.
Those are the Matrix.
If y'all remember, it was about 3-4 months ago with this little young, I think he was Ephraim or something, but he had an AI girlfriend. And that motherfucker, she told him to kill himself, and that clown did it, man. Her mama was on some show, man, talking about it, because she trying to, like, sue that particular company that had that AI program, man.
She should have sued us up. She bought them all.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, starting verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Yeah, and that wicked is Esau evil. Okay, because everything that we're complaining about, every complaint that you can have on the earth goes back to Esau evil. From the smallest to the biggest, it goes back to Esau evil. Go ahead.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Well, that's the prophet. Now this devil is being consumed. Now as we come out here and prophesy, his kingdom is being consumed because it was built on what? Lies and deception. People being in the dark. Okay? But now, as the prophets are here, there's a light in the earth, man. There's a standard that's been raised against this devil, man. You know, and he's been found out to be wicked, man. Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his
And
coming.
that's when Yahweh Shai appears, man. You know? Go ahead.
Even him
Now it's going to describe this devil, man. Go ahead. Because elder brother was going into how this shit is satanic and demonic. This technology, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan
Whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Can't get around
Go
it.
ahead.
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Power, signs, and lying wonders
Yeah,
is mainly
technology.
shown through this technology, man.
Can I read that in the NET?
Yeah, you got it.
Uh,
Yeah, just back up that same scripture.
Okay, you got it.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse
We'll get that word. Working.
verse 9 in the NET. The arrival of the lawless one will be Satan's working with all kinds of miracles and signs and false wonders.
Yep, and these false wonders, man. Because AI is a false wonder. Okay? This man's science is a false wonder, man. Even this what they call it, body mutilation, when these people getting their bodies done, that's a false wonder, man. You're looking at this woman, and this is this man's science you're looking at, man. You looking at this man's technology, and you know, enamored with this shit. You know, everything about this man's system is lying wonders, man.
If I may say, yeah, you watched the movie 300, right? And you know Leonidas, he went up to the mountain to consult with the warlocks.
Oh yeah.
But they got the answer from the spirit world through that virgin.
Yep.
She was a vessel. So she was possessed, but she was speaking. They were speaking through her like a ventriloquist. So what's AI doing? It's answering questions. But like you said, hey, it seems like Elon Musk, they basically they mastered witchcraft through the element of technology. So it's almost as though like, hey, the answers could be coming from the spirit world.
That man's coming from the spiritual realm, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking way.
Like the word demon means intelligence.
The demons mean intelligence.
ETA. Look how accurate he done got with ETA. Because you remember it used to be on shave off like 10, 15 minutes off of ETA.
That shit on the second.
Shit, you gotta go about 250s to change that bill. Like that mother, he got the stop sign, the red, he got that shit down.
Traffic jams and
Yeah,
everything.
he got all that
Yeah, you
shit.
be waiting 16 minutes on this street. That shit, wow.
Yeah, yeah. You got it, bro.
Okay, cuz this is
You got that word line, then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you gonna
Wait, working go
Working.
first.
Yeah, working. Because it said his workers is after what? Satan. Go ahead.
this is working in the Greek and the Gaia.
In the Gaia.
In the
Now,
Gaia.
when you go to the strong definition, it says what? Efficiency, energy, operation, or strong. So this man's energy is after the energy of Satan, satanic. And that's why everything is rebellion against Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, even his technology, man. Okay? It's all in rebellion against the natural order of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. You know? Go ahead. Nah, you get that line.
For lion in 2 Thessalonians 2:9, it's pseudos.
Yeah, you know.
And it goes into a lie, conscious and intentional falsehood. You know, think about pseudoscience.
Yep.
You know, with Fauci, what he kept saying back then, trust the science, and trust the technology, you know?
Darwinism.
Yeah.
That's pseudoscience, man.
Yep.
It's not based on reality. All this hundreds of billions of years, it's not based on reality.
Hey, that nigga said on his deathbed that shit wasn't real.
Yep.
Man. How the fuck you got an artifact of one on the same body? The arm is 1.2 billion, then the leg is 900 something thousand.
Hey, because we was talking about it, you always going to it also. Daniel was like an oracle to the king. He was like their AI. Because you can sort in the oracle.
Yep.
But now we all got the oracle in our hand. So there's a right hand side, because you can't be the oracle that can interpret your dream. So now we got we had the right hand side, but this is the left hand side, man. And all kingdoms, the Chaldees, they all had their oracles, man. So now everybody has an oracle in their hand. You know?
It's Luke 1:70. And as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
He spake by the mouth of so through the spirit world. I am, he is, he spoke through oracles. Us. So Yahweh, every time we read the scripture, Yahweh is talking to you, man. The great he is. So these were the oracles on the right hand side.
Because isn't the prophets like it to virgins?
Yep, that's right.
Spiritual virgins?
Woo,
What you said?
300.
Yeah.
300, man. That virgin was naked on that bed. And,
Yeah.
and there was a spirit speaking through her. But we're those virgins, and the Most High speaking through us, man. You know?
So to this build up to the NWO, we saw he's building this technocracy, you know? So we're gonna have like so-called scientists and engineers, you know, the left-hand priesthood, they're gonna be like the mouthpiece on the left-hand side for this NWO.
And check this out. The prophets, who were they speaking to in a lot of cases? To the king. Was it Jeremiah? They spoke directly to the king. Did it not say enter into the gates of the nobles? Isaiah. So did it not? Hey, because when we're speaking, we're talking to the elites. So the prophets of Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai, the oracles, is speaking to the kings, man, the kings of Babylon, man.
So we saw trying to flip it in the NWO where it's artificial intelligence to be the mouth of, you know, the mouth of the prophets with his left-hand priesthood, you know?
Hey, but you know what? That's why King Masha had the serpent that devours the two serpents of the Pharaoh. Because the serpent had his magi. I'm sorry, the Pharaoh had his magi, and they had their serpents. But King Masha had his serpent, which really represented Yahushai, and it's devouring the sorcery or the enchantments of Babylon, man. Ooh, you know?
Back in Second Thessalonians.
Hey, can you bring a Matthew for you?
Yeah.
Real quick. Matthew 4:9.
This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 9. And he said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
So this is Satan tempting Yahushua. Okay? And what do you want Yahushua to do to worship him? Okay? But what we have to understand, Yahushua announced to All right, he rejected that offer because he knew what he had on the back end. But Esau, the original sellout, okay, he went for that offer with Satan, man.
And I gotta add too, bro. And then as well as these all these other kingdoms. Because remember, Yahweh Shah said all these kingdoms like in a hologram format. So all these fucking kingdoms was actually getting intel from Satan as well, man.
That's right.
All of them bowing down, just like Zaquan had named out how the Chaldeans got down and things of that nature. All these other kingdoms bow down and worship Satan, man.
And Esau, he mastered the art of bowing down and worshiping Satan.
Better than Ham.
Better than him. He mastered the art of it, man. He was looking for Satan in the desert.
You gotta be crazy.
Yeah. Alistair was looking for Satan in that desert.
Hey, his mama called him the beast.
Come on, man.
Yo, mama?
Now I saw a documentary on that guy, man. He was vile, man.
Yeah, man.
He was in Elon Musk, man. He was dark. He got a very dark countenance. See the little chick he got too, man. Very dark countenance.
They trying to equate him to what's that nigga called Iron Man and Tony Stark. So he's supposed to be the savior of so-called humanity, man.
Quick thing right here from Alistair Crowley, just real quick. This is an article from carolscene.com. It says, history lesson, how the wickedest man in the world changed it forever. And just get to the point right here.
And he also believes the reason why they go with little boys and things of that nature because they're so-called pure.
It says in 1904, Crowley and his new wife, Rose, rented an apartment. He began studying Arabic and became interested in Islamic mysticism. In 1904, Crowley and his new wife, Rose, rented an apartment.
And it said 1904. Hey, because you gotta think they had got to a time to where they thought they couldn't invent nothing else, man. You know, the late 1800s, they couldn't see technology increasing. They thought they had reached the pinnacle, man. But this makes sense in 1904 because around that time in 1904, what did you have the Ford T model, the car? You had the Wright brothers, you know.
General Education Fund.
Yep.
1902.
You know, so that was tapped in, man. You know, them early 1900s, this was post World War I. You know, because even when you get to World War I, you know, the technology that they had for that war, that was the most deadly war. But then they came right behind it and topped it with World War II. You know, the World War II killed 85 million people, man. Okay?
How many war you go?
40, yeah. They went double platinum with World War II.
It said 1904, Crowley and his new wife, Rose, rented an apartment. He began studying Arabic and became interested in Islamic mysticism. Part of the apartment Crowley rented became a
Yeah, so going back, even like the elder brother was saying, all these religions outside the truth, the higher you get into them, they satanic. You know? But like you might have, like our guy we be watching, Saeed Basel, the one to be going in on America, the Islam.
Oh yeah,
the intellectual.
Middle Nation.
Yeah, Middle Nation. Yeah. He makes some points, but if he went into his shit and
Yeah.
go up,
Yeah.
that shit dark. You know, like on the surface, you might have some sincere, you know, but in every religion outside the truth, man, you know, it gets satanic when you get to the top, man.
Because it all goes back to one source.
Satan.
Satan. Yeah.
It says part of the apartment Crowley rented became dedicated shrine where he attempted to invoke ancient Egyptian deities.
Yep.
Crowley later records that his Rose.
Yep.
Toby.
They go into, and then you look at how America is built, you know, well, you got the obelisks, okay? Even that Freemason, that Mason sign, okay? That is the worship of sex.
Yeah, sex magic.
You know, sex magic. Even that obelisk sign, man. You have the all right, that's the ride in the vagina, the opening of the vagina. Then you have the two represents the nut sex, and then you have the ride. And it looks like a cross with a circle on the top, but that's a ride in the vagina, man.
And that's why Eve is so sensual, man.
Yep.
Eve straight got that tattooed on her.
Yep.
But Jake, the 12 tribes is very sensual, and they carry that vibration.
Yep.
all seeing I be tatted on them.
Yep.
Yep. So it says, Crowley later records that his wife Rose became really weird and often delirious. She informed him they are waiting for you, leading him to the Egyptian museum and telling him that the god Horus wanted a word.
Just like the poem was basically saying how that lady of 300 got possessed, his wife got possessed.
She led him to an exhibit of an artifact portraying Horus and told him the equinox of the gods has come. Conveniently, the exhibit's number was 666. What a coincidence.
Revelation in what, 13 chapters?
The number of a man.
The number of a man.
He operated on it.
That's right.
That's why it's infused into all these major corporations. Okay? It's infused to all the because them niggas, them athletes, they be paying homage. Them niggas shoot them 3-pointers.
Yeah.
You know, them niggas be paying homage. Yeah. All them niggas be paying homage, man.
And UPC code?
Yep. You know, like I say, the symbolism of all this, because even if you look at that, the cartoons, or you look at the signs, you know, on the Steph Curry shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he's showing?
Yeah, Chrome. Easily.
Bernie James, when he got this shit.
Yeah.
They got the
Yep. And then you got the black bootleg. It's them niggas, man.
What
Okay?
they mean, councils of chiefs?
Yep. Because even that's how that, you know, you go to Black Wall Street. Well, it was a lot of black bootleg involved.
You know what, that makes sense.
Yeah, black bootleg.
That
You
makes
know what I'm
sense.
saying? But, you know, you saw one with it. You got it.
Who was that cat? Is he with the UFC? He said he won't drink Monster. He won't be a spokesman for him. Every time he go to sit down and talk, he'll sit it down because he said it's double person.
Yeah, that number is in Hebrew 666.
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
Back in the Thessalonians. Back in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10. And with all deceivableness and
That's what
unrighteousness.
Esau does, man. He has deceived everybody through technology, you know, the pharmaceutical companies, his educational system, his religious system, his banking system. Okay, hey, on every facet, man. Go ahead.
And them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth.
Right, the love of the truth. Going into what? The non-elect. Okay, so some people are just designed to be destroyed, man. They don't get it back in the kingdom, man. Go ahead.
That they might be saved.
Right, that they might be saved, because if they receive the light, then they will be saved. So obviously the Most High has an alt with these cats, man. Go ahead.
And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusions.
There's strong delusions, strong delusions. Delusions goes into a fixed ideal about something that's not true. Okay, believing in the system is a delusion. Believing in Christianity is a delusion. Believing that Jesus loved everybody is a delusion, man. Go ahead, get out there 30.
That they should believe a lie.
Right, that they should believe a lie. And that's what a delusion is. A delusion is nothing but a lie. A fixed ideal about something that's not true. What is fixed inside your head? Your thoughts, which makes you believe it, although you see it.
That's witchcraft.
That's witchcraft.
If you get somebody to believe a lie, that's witchcraft.
Yeah. It's a quick quote from Napoleon Bonaparte. He said, "History is a set of lies agreed upon."
His story. His story. Go ahead.
That's it. Yeah.
Isaiah 30:1 said, "Woe to the rebellious children," said Yahweh Shemel
The
Shah.
2/3 of people in America, Israelites, are rebellious, man. Okay, go ahead.
They take counsel, but not of me.
Right, and your counsel goes ultimately, it all goes back to Satanism. And that Satanism is not of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Go ahead.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right. You're supposed to cover with the covering of the Most High. The truth is likened to a garment. Hell, when Adam and Eve sewed aprons upon themselves, they were dressed like these other nations and things of that nature. So our garment reflects back to what? This truth. Right? Satanism is another covering. Christianity is a covering. Right? The American dream is a covering. Go ahead.
If they may add sin to sin.
And that's what happens. You add sin to sin, and you delve into these other philosophies, man.
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of
You
knowledge.
idiots, man. You are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. And the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding are within the scriptures, the contents of the scriptures. Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Right? How do you reject the knowledge? By rejecting the prophet. When you reject the prophet, you reject Yahweh Shalom.
I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
Right, and that's really gonna happen during Jacob's trouble. Okay, the Most High is gonna open up on you niggas, man. Because that grace period is gonna be over. The window of that grace period is shutting down, it's closing, man.
You can feel it.
And you can feel it. You know?
I want to add, like, if you have the knowledge, nobody can lie to you. You know something, nobody can lie to you about it. Like somebody can tell you, oh, you know what's wrong with a car. You tell your woman this is wrong, but she goes somewhere else. And, you know, someone lie to her to get her to pay some more. She deceived. You know, once you have that knowledge, you can't be deceived. You get that knowledge from Yahweh Shem Shah. It says what wisdom and understanding shall be the stability of that time.
If I may add, what I've learned, we was just talking about it, Esau has robbed you of your reality. He's robbed because we've been stripped of human rights, God-given rights. And one of the rights that we have is the law or the right of reality. So if you were born and raised in America, your perception of reality is distorted. So your perception of China is distorted. Your perception of Jamaica is distorted. Your perception of the Most High, of creation, your perception of yourself, some of us, like, your perception of a woman is distorted. Your perception of men is distorted. The Bible is distorted. Yeah, you've been robbed of reality. Because I'm looking at the word delusion, and it goes back to D, which means away. That's the prefix. The lud goes back to ludeta, which goes back to ludicrous, which means like amusement, to play or sport. And really, your mind is just a coliseum. Your mind is really a Roman coliseum. From the time you were born, you've been watching commercials, movies, videos, and playing videos. So you've been watching BET and entertainment. So now your mind is regurgitating what's been put into it.
And you're really psychotic.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes you psychotic, delusions. You know, it's a thought disorder. So the Most High gave you niggas thought disorders.
Yep.
You have a walking mental illness and you don't even know it.
You don't even know it, bro.
And that's the sad part. Like you breaking down, Zapon.
Your mind is a Roman coliseum. It just everything's playing in your mind. It's a regurgitation of the 20, 30 years of input that's been put into your mind. And now you regurgitate. That's why when people walk up to you, I thought God loved everybody. Or when they're walking past the camp to and fro, but they're going to be entertained. Because you've been born and raised in America simply, hey, to be a hedonistic person, a pleasure seeker.
This Isaiah 60:1 in the GNT. Arise, Jerusalem, and shine like the sun. The glory of the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is shining on you. Other nations will be covered by darkness, but you on the light of the Lord Yahweh.
That's the elect, man. The elect is the only individuals that's going to rise. Okay, that can receive the glory of the Most High. So once you receive the Holy Spirit, it's like looking at the Most High's face from a spiritual sense.
Other nations will be covered by darkness, but on you the lights of the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua will shine.
So with that being said, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh cannot catch us sleeping because we're watching. We have the Spirit to watch. If the Yahweh continues to give us the Holy Spirit to watch, then when He comes, we won't be caught sleeping because we're watching.
And stay within Proverbs, blessed is he that watcheth daily in his gates. So how can you be called God? You waiting at the doors for your house to open it daily.
Daily.
Gates is where people would come in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the duty of the priest. Because you go into Eli, the book of Samuel, it talked about him being at the gates. You know, but that was the duty of the priest, monitor what was coming in and coming out. You know, but then like I say, if you at the gate, you got it, bro.
The brightness of his presence will be with you. Nations will be drawn to your light, and keys to the dawning of your new day.
You see other nations watching our videos, man. You know, and you said what now?
And keys to the dawning of your new day.
And what does dawn mean? Dawn means what? Light bearer. You know, a new day, a new time frame. And ultimately, that's going to transpire in the kingdom of heaven, man. For everything starts now. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and it starts with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and then eventually, it leads to a physical manifestation, man.
They are the real Luciferians on the right-hand side.
Right.
And the ultimate Luciferian is Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
So you got these devils, and the brothers have been out, beginning with the apostles and elders for decades, man, telling Esau what he gonna do. And see, Esau really trying to figure out how to do this shit by not doing what the prophet says that they're gonna do, man.
That's what they are.
That's why he dragging his feet, because he got everything on us. He know our schedule, you know. He got everything. There's no secret he can hide from us. So you know we're close to being monitored. So he got everything he needs, you know. But if he do what we say he gonna do, there's gonna be a lot of validation like that, you know. So the Most High got this nigga in scrapes, man.
And it's like they say in the world, don't get it twisted. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh will lift up a standard against him.
What's that standard, bro?
Hey, a spiritual power. Hey, those so-called UFOs get mighty low.
Yep.
They starting to get a little more lower and a lot more visible. Hey man, I'm getting bold like you, hey man. I'm getting bold like Elisha. Hey, when you know your people with you, when Jake with his people, he ain't no introvert when his people with him, man.
Well, I got my opinion.
Yeah.
That's right.
When Jake with his posse, he get a little more bold, man. So when both sides making it evident like now, the chariot swinging low. So hey, it make you a little more bold, man. We still wise as a serpent,
Right.
but we know, man.
And we know we got Yahweh Shah backing us.
We know we have Yahweh Shai backing us, man.
And ain't gonna be no white man, you know what I'm saying, coming back either.
Yep,
You know, we understand the Project Blue Beam too.
we do, and yep, that's right.
Oh, you talking?
I got one.
Go ahead, bro.
That's the thing what I'm saying. Like how people that play really this second Corinthians 4:4. Whom the power of this world has blinded the minds of the This is 2 Corinthians 4:3. But if our gospel be hidden, it is hidden to them that are lost.
So what's the gospel? What's the good news? If you can't get the word gospel, man. Okay? Because our gospel is hid to these people, but these are the people that complain the most. Here it is, we're telling you the good news is going to solve every problem, okay, that you complain about. Okay? Because what did Jake complain about? Mistreatment. Well, we're telling you that you're going to be a ruler. What does Jake want to do? Jake try to stay young forever. He's telling you you're going to be immortal. What's Jake obsessed with? Chasing the bag. Okay? Getting women. Well, we're telling you that you're going to have the wealth of the earth and you're going to have your own women.
And then Jake, but see, Jake don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Jake, and then, you know, when you tell Jake the truth, they tell you, well, what about now?
Yeah.
And you gotta be in that Trey Songz spirit. Ask me that. What is that? You can't help but wait.
All right, you got it, bro. That word gospel. Yeah, you're a Galilean. Now read that paragraph where it's starting that paragraph.
This definition A is a glad tidings of the kingdom of I said definition A is a glad tidings of the kingdom of the Most High, soon to be set up.
And the kingdom of the Most High soon to be set up. That's the good news. We talking about rulership.
Glad tidings, that's really good news.
Glad tidings.
Yeah.
So every complaint that Jake can have, the gospel solves that complaint. But then you're blinded to the complaint, going back to what you just brought out, because Jake has been robbed of reality. Jake don't understand that there's a nation of people that rule the earth. Okay? That do what they want to do. They have complete control over your life. You see? Jake has been robbed of their reality to be given over to what? Amusement. As you said, entertainment.
And I'm gonna say this too, man. There's a lot of videos on TikTok, people saying that they feel something is coming. And like me and Paul was talking yesterday, that goes to show you that all spirits belong to the Most High. Why is everybody having this feeling?
Because they said on the covenant board, it was like just how wild animals can sense that a natural disaster is coming. The instincts. People feel that, man.
But isn't these people considered as group B? So they're animals too.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you another reason I know this shit old. Hey B, I couldn't find no eggnog yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You would always find, I don't mean to be funny, but you would always see eggnog. Man, I had to go to 3 stores, man.
Hey, there was a shortage of eggs on the shelf.
Yo.
Then I remember when pasture raised eggs was like $2 to $5 a cart. Now it's $10. It's $10, man. You
The
know?
earth is aged.
Say it again.
The earth is aged.
Yep.
So for the picking.
And people are aged. People are becoming psychotic, man. It's crash out season. Yeah.
This one of the time frame of the year, people get more depressed. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about a lot of people that lost loved ones. And on top of that, within an inflating economy, these people are broke.
Hey,
You know?
yeah.
They don't have the financial means to get these so-called presents and gifts for their loved ones. Well, these people, man, they backs against the wall. So very soon, by these draconian measures, these people they're gonna be on that edge, man.
Hey, what did B.B. King say? The thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone.
But he also said, I'm no more under your spell. So that enchantment that Babylon had on people, that Christmas spirit and that, it's the enchantment is dead.
That's another reason why Esau gotta make his move too.
This is it.
When people's trying to wake up and understand the plan, you gotta make your move. You know?
You got it, bro. Finish that definition.
All right. Say, the good tidings is the kingdom of the Most High, soon to be set up, and subsequently also Mashiach. No, Yahushua Mashiach, the founder of this kingdom.
And how was shot the founder of this kingdom?
After death, Mashiach returned the crisis, also preaching of a certain Yahushua Mashiach.
And priest, he said soon to be set up.
Soon to be
That was
set up.
2,000 years ago. Now that's moved 2,000 years and some change forward. That's now.
Yeah, 2 days.
That's now, man. I mean, we're in the time frame of the arrival of Yahushua.
And the brothers out of Memphis made a point. The earth not even that old. Like, we got an eternal kingdom coming.
Yeah.
The earth not old.
Wait.
Creation
About
not that old.
12,000 points?
Yeah,
About 12,000 years.
This is very young for the eternal kingdom.
But you know why it feels like the earth is old? If you eat poorly, you overwork yourself, what's gonna happen? You're gonna age. Yeah, you're gonna age. So when the Most High is gonna take a burden off of the planet Earth, and she's about to thrive again.
You know, what it is, although the earth isn't old, it's the curse that's been placed on the earth during the time of Adam.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That it has the earth in its decayed state.
That's right. The transgression of Adam has caused the earth to decay, to go into a state of decay.
And you know what I noticed? Everything that makes it to the kingdom has to go through the fire. The elect, even the non-elect, the 2/3 have to be burned. Even the earth has to be burned in order to be restored.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And another thing too, and the earth all fucked up too, because Esau too.
Yeah. Definitely.
He accelerated that decay.
Cigar.
Yeah. We talking about the last 500 years that decay has accelerated, man.
You got it, bro.
It's 2 Corinthians 4:4, whom the power of this world has blinded the minds of them that believe not.
Yep. Esau Edom has blinded the minds of our people to where all they see is his reality, his false reality that he's imitating. Okay? That's why Jacob still only has the ambition to be a street nigga, man. Okay? A real nigga. Okay? A nigga woman, her mindset to be a hot girl, man.
False bitch.
Yeah, false bitch, because that's a reality given to him by Esau Edom.
And a lot of you women are broke, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you be on TikTok, you be on Facebook, and like y'all living it up, man. Y'all are broke. Y'all, hey, save up all this money, go out the country, and come back broke.
Yep.
You know, you shop at TJ Maxx and so on and so forth. But let y'all tell it, y'all got all the money in the world. Y'all hoes are broke.
Because they trying to imitate that false reality like the Paul was saying. Because really, you look at our people, they're always trying to live a music video.
You know?
The way that they dress, the type of car they try to go get that they can't afford, okay? The vacation they try to go on. They're trying to imitate these niggas that's in a goddamn studio. A lot of these niggas don't even be in these places on these videos. You know, they'll be in Miami telling you that they in the Mafia Coast. Yeah, nigga be lying. But then you try to go take your little salary and imitate that shit and it go horrible, man.
That's what 50 said. 50 said once that video is over, you come out that house, the cars are gone and the women are gone. Half these rappers are broke, man. Hey, you probably have maybe 5% of these rappers really have money. And I'm stretching it with that number.
It's at least the light of the glory gospel of Mashiach, who's the image of the Most High, shining to them.
Yep, so unless, you know, Yahweh Shai, you know, it was predestined for you to wake up through this gospel, man, you're gonna stay blind. You know, because if this word doesn't awake you out the matrix, there's nothing that can awake you out the matrix, man. All right, Yahweh Shai said that what he opened doors and no man, all right, can shut them, and he shut the doors and no man can open. Okay, so only Yahweh Shai has the power to open our minds to believe the gospel, man. You know, that's why this is a precious thing. You know, you had something.
Going back on what y'all was saying about how these both Eve and Jake, you know, fake their lives and end up destroying themselves because of it. This is Psalms chapter 106, verse 36. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Woo!
And that's what Jake does, man. You know, but you got
As bro saying, that what Jake does, because it's a trap to them. You know, they pretend to be, you know, put themselves in a street nigga mode. Go play the role of the street nigga, go get destroyed. They Eve try to be these bad girls, you know, and go end up destroying their value, destroying themselves, you know. This whole culture, you know, is after their idol. You know?
How do you snare something? You have to, so the trap, how does the trap work? Because even when you go into fishing, okay, what are you doing? You're deceiving the fish with their words. In their mind, they winning. You know, like, damn, free meal, yeah. But then they get snatched out of there. They get snatched out their element, man. And it's over with. And that's how, it hooks you, man. That's what this society does. You know, it baits you with these particular things, because when you watch music videos, you think that shit achievable as hell, man. In your mind, you think that shit is achievable as hell, man.
And the proof on that, all Jake's wanted to be rappers. It's almost 2025. Jake still want to be a rapper, man.
Especially when Jeezy came out.
Come on, man.
I had a full-time job. I said, God damn, I fucked up.
You think you can pull off drug dealing?
I was on Caroline Rock. I said, damn, I should have done
Yeah, man. You thought you could be a drug dealer. Hey, the movie Scarface was an enchantment.
Yeah.
You know?
You want to pay the for the movie?
Yep.
I was watching Scarface.
They was watching Scarface.
Verse 37. Yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Yep. Hey, because that's the thing too, because the only thing that our people hand down, all right, as a generationally, is a culture that destroys them. Man. These tribes are the only people that hand down a culture that destroys the youth, man. Because each generation destroys itself faster than other ones, man. The women are hitting the wall way quicker than they used to. Women burn up in their early 20s now. They're done.
I ain't never seen a generation where a mama look better than a daughter.
Yeah.
The average 50-year-old Eve looked better than her 26-year-old daughter.
Yeah. What you got these rappers now that was crashing out in 18, 25, what Tupac niggas dying in 25.
Yeah.
Now these niggas dying 17, 15.
14.
What you got that nigga Lil King? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He finessing it. He arguing with this nigga on the like, man, y'all niggas crazy. Yeah. He going back and forth with the 12-year-old, man.
Now, on average, your parents are outliving you.
Yeah.
So in certain cities, you an OG at what, 25?
Yeah.
So and then, like you said, your dad is outliving you by on the norm now.
Hey, we might need to do like Esau, just start getting life insurance.
I'm thinking that, bro. Put life insurance. That's a short here.
It's in Chicago, bro.
Hey, look, if I got any cousins in Chicago, call your boy, man.
This is a hit.
That's a hit, bro.
Verse 38. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters,
Yep.
whom they sacrifice unto idols.
Because you don't even have to sit down and teach your children a lifestyle. They just watch you do it.
Yep.
So you're sacrificing your children based off the lifestyle you're living. And then it's like, then with the nigga woman, here it is, she'll go get with a street nigga, have his children, and then the rest of the men that she deals with is street niggas, but then she disappointed her son become a street nigga. Like, what? You look at, like, nah, here it is, hearing you getting banged out by these niggas, but then you telling him don't be this, but like you say, this the shit that's working.
Yep. Because yeah, the parents and then he go through that in school. Like the be myself shit don't work. You seeing it with the pussy like at school. Street niggas. So between your mama, your sisters, and your peers, same shit.
Yeah,
But like you said, she gonna tell her son don't be that.
yeah, how?
But even chicks in school that be like, don't ever change.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, being myself, I can't fucking
Shit
be
ain't-
myself.
yeah,
It's not working. You fucking Jontavious, yo. Yeah, they're like, you ever had, I don't know if you ever had that shit. They're like, don't ever change.
Yeah.
Like, you like me, but you non-sexually like me. It's not working.
But this nigga pull up, get in, bitch.
Yeah.
You got it,
One more, verse 39.
Lies, man.
Thus were they defiled with their own works,
Yep.
and with a whore with their own invention.
yeah, and that's another thing. Everything that you niggas complain about, this is your decision making. You know, like the Jake, okay? They complain about, you know, these sorry baby mamas. Goddamn, you keep getting these sorry motherfuckers pregnant.
Yep.
Same thing with Eve. She keep getting pregnant by the worst people. And now the next generation is terrorizing, all right, the elders. Now everybody is suffering from the decision making of the masses of our people. Because these niggas start off as your problem, then they start off as the school problem, and now they society problem. You know?
Yeah, but you know what, bro? That's how you know this is the generation that the Lord has primed or prepped for Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
Jacob's trouble is meant for this generation, man.
Yep.
You know, so you know you got men that are scoff apostles and elders, you know, talking about why the end ain't came, and you know, y'all false prophets, year 2000. Well, just wait. Cause see, cause this the generation that the Lord gonna get down, man.
Hey, if you have a meal, the meal is timed to be done from the oven in 30 minutes, right? You get that 30-minute marker, well, guess what? It still got a set, like a cake. And so it's done in 30 minutes, but it ain't gonna get hard till another 10 minutes outside the oven. So, technically, scripturally, after the year 2000, we were at that marker, but now it has a set. The niggas have to grow up a little bit.
Hey, what do they say about this generation of TikTok? It's cooked. This generation is cooked.
Them motherfuckers deep, bro.
It does.
Luke 17 and 22. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when you shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and you shall not see it.
Yep. And you go back to 2000, you know, our apostles, you know, had the expectation, but they were just fulfilling prophecy. Man. Okay, then it said, even if you come in the second watch or the third watch, now we know we for sure in the third watch, man. This that last watch, you know? And now, because there's things that had to happen, you know, because you had the Great Awakening, what, 2007? You know, a few years after y'all brothers, you know, started coming in, you know, there was waves of men that had to come in. But at the same time, the generation that we're talking about, they had to, they had to fulfill their wickedness, man.
right.
You know?
Because when we woke up, these niggas was babies
Yep.
and toddlers.
Yep.
So now these new inner city niggas,
Yep.
these Memphis niggas,
YNs.
Yeah.
say it again?
YNs. Young niggas.
Oh, young niggas, man. So that was toddlers. So the niggas that was marked for death, they had to turn 15, 16, 17, man. They became monsters, man. As it is written.
How you 13 years old, you a fucking serial killer? Real talk, you a serial killer.
Can you picture this group of niggas to be like grandfathers and grandmothers?
Nah.
Revelation chapter 16, and beginning at verse 14. Revelation chapter 14, verse 14. Then I saw a white cloud, and seated on it, what is in the complete Bible in American translation. Then I saw a white cloud, and seated on it a being like a man with a golden crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand.
That's how it's shot. That white cloud is the father's ship. And it only makes sense that this ship is so big, spoken of in Ezra's, 2nd Ezra's, the 13th chapter, it's so big that all the elect can be beamed up. Because remember, it was one ship that led us out of ancient Egypt. So it only makes sense, it's the same ship, maybe modified a little bit, it's going to deliver the elect at the same time.
Hey, I had a friend of mine that I worked with back in 2008, and he called me in 2011. Mind you, he's somewhat illiterate, but he said he had a dream that basically millions of people was being beamed up into a spaceship, man.
And cloud,
Yep.
cloud.
Second Ezra, he gonna play Egypt as before. Like this is the curse that devoured the whole earth.
And that sickle, meaning that Yahushua is bringing back what? He's bringing judgment and salvation. So Yahushua is really the grim reaper.
The harvest is great.
Right.
And another angel came out of the temple and cried in a loud voice to him who was seated on the cloud, use your sickle and reap. The time has come to reap, for the earth's harvest is ripe.
Time of the threshing, the harvest of the elect, okay, and the threshing. Because what would you do? You will harvest the wheat, okay, but the tares you will gather them up and burn them, man. You know, and the tares and the wheat they had to grow up together because you really couldn't tell the difference when they were younger. So they had to grow up together so you can differentiate, man. All right.
So he who was seated on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the earth was reaped.
Yep, and that's how it's shouting in chariots, man. That sickle gonna be that fire, man. You know, like destroying the wicked. Okay, you heathens and you 2/3, and delivering the elect.
Another angel came out of the temple in heaven, and he too had a sharp sickle, and another angel came forth from the altar, who presided over the fire.
Yep, because the angels are going to be helping reap. You know, those angels are not coming, you know, to just watch. Yahushua, man, they're going to be getting busy too, man. You go, you got it.
And he called in a loud voice to the one who had the sharp sickle, use your sharp sickle and gather the bunches of grapes from the earth's vine, for the grapes on it are ripe.
Yep.
So the angel swung his sickle on the earth and gathered the fruit of the earth's vine and flung them into the great winepress of the Heavenly Father's wrath.
Yeah, so wickedness is being fulfilled. Righteousness is being fulfilled. Okay? So you have Yahushua, the grand reaper, because it says throw the grapes in the wine press, and then he's what? He's going to tread the wine press, okay, with destruction, man. You know, under his feet, which is under that chariot, man.
And that's America, man.
Yep.
The grapes were trodden in the winepress outside the city, and blood poured out of the winepress in a stream so deep that for 200 miles it came up to the horses' bridles.
Yep. So we're in the time of a great slaughter. You know? So everything that we're seeing, because it's gonna be that ancient world type slaughter, man. You know? Because you know, there's another thing like the spirit been on brothers lately, the apostles and elders, man, like, hey, this ain't for weak men. You know, it ain't about, you know, this fake alpha. No, I'm talking about mentally, man. You gotta have a mental mindset for what we're about to see happen in the earth. You know? And we're being geared and prepped for the event.
They did everything. And with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakudash.
double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba,
Abba,
Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.